Then go to, where is it? Ethernet.
Ethernet 2.
Where is it?
It's the second one from the top.
Ah, okay. Ethernet 2.
Gateway.
Then always gateway for configuration.
Gateway at the minute, yeah.
Okay, then go.
You don't need to configure it
Okay.
on there. Just press the home button on that one.
Then here, IP address plus 888, 48.
Yeah, so I'll show you on here. So say this was closed. So please make sure it's set up as DHCP.
Okay.
And it should connect up any second, which it will. And you'll see it come up with Ethernet on here first. The Ethernet's connected. Now the Ethernet is connected on here.
This one, so already connect.
Yeah.
Okay, and here it's already, we find the IP address.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you put in 192.168.10.10 and then colon 8888.
48?
48.
48.
That brings you to the input.
Okay, now we get to the...
Right, now, but first normally there is a... So let me just do it on Firefox to start with. I'll do it because I haven't saved any passwords on Firefox. There's the username.
Okay, AVIWEST is username.
And the password is DMNG Pro.
DMNG Pro.
Pro. PRO.
Okay.
It's the same as the DMNG Pro. The Digital Mobile News Gathering.
Okay.
Yeah, so that then access to the unit
this is the same as the username, the password, but
exactly.
without the space.
Yeah. So here you can identify it. So I call them different names. So this one is Doha 3. So if I get a new unit from the store, first thing I'll do is I'll name it.
Okay.
Next thing I'll do is make sure, see what the firmware version is. So at the minute the firmware on that was 2.5.10, which is the current version. You can also check the firmware. If you go on the front panel here, if you go onto this page, which is like the connections page, and you go on the third page along, it basically should tell you the product version of 2.5.10 on there as well. So it basically talks to...
This is the latest one now.
Yeah, and the identifier as well, which is what I've called it, Doha 3. Okay. Yeah, and the rest of it just gives you, as you know, the status of the SIM cards, so that it's configured for four 4G audio SIM cards at the minute. And the Wi-Fi obviously hasn't got a valid key because we haven't set this one up here. But Ethernet 2 you can see as well, 192.168.10.10 once it's connected. So on here you can import configurations. So say what I've done, so when I get a new unit, I will look at the configuration. So if we look on here, once this USB stick is on, I've got two things on here. I have the firmware, the latest firmware, which is 2.5.10.
Okay.
Right, now I can load the firmware either from using this browser or I can do it straight on the back of the unit. So if a camera guy is doing it, I'll say to him, look, just download it on a USB stick, delete any old firmware versions on there, plug it in the back, and then you can then access it here. Because if you press this thumb wheel and you go system, it's looking for a firmware update. And if you've got the USB stick in the back, it will sense it.
Okay.
Press firmware update and it updates it, and then you just have to restart
Same as BizLink. Automatic.
It's very quick to do. The configuration, the only way you can load the configuration is from this browser. So you see on here, I've made a new configuration called DMG Pro configuration, and I've just called it August 16 on here, config. So if I had a new AVIWEST and I imported the configuration from there, I would just go to the DMG Pro configuration here, load that one, and it would load the latest config file on that. And on that config file has got live settings.
You will get all the data. I need this file also, please.
Yeah, I'll give you that, yeah. And on here as well, so it's loaded up all the AGE Doha channels, 4, AGA, 1 to 4. Mubasha, I've only got 2 outputs on it.
AGA.
And this is just for different IFBs, London. And then Balkans gave me it, but they didn't tell me what the server name was. So I put AGB full caps channel 1, and it was actually C lowercase h1, right? And they put a different username and password in this. Everyone else is AVIWEST and SafeStreams, which is the default. They put AJ Balkans and Al Jazeera 2016 on there.